My name is Tommy Clompton. I'm the head football coach and athletic director at Brookhaven High School. I've been walking the sidelines for over 19 years, and I'm fortunate enough to be married to a wonderful lady named April and to be the father to two sons, Micah and Trace. I've been a believer all of my life. I accepted Christ as a teenager, went to college, went to work, thought I knew where things were at, how things were going, like most young coaches do. We worked hard, had some success, winning and losing, had an impact on our school. 2012 came to Brookhaven. Things were good. 2014, our school, our community, our team was faced with a tragedy that no one should ever have to endure, but unfortunately it's part of life. In 2014, our football team, of which my youngest son was a member, lost two players in a tragic automobile accident. That was a very difficult time for our school, our community. I can't imagine how difficult it was for the families of those two young men that lost their lives. During that time, there was a lot of soul searching, a lot of questioning. God, how did I end up in this position? How am I going to get up in front of everybody and be the leader they need me to be? And God's mercy and grace, He carried us through it. There's no question that's how we got through it. But during that time, God began to work in me and on me. And being the hard-headed person I was, I don't know that I listened to everything that God had to say to me at that point. But for the rest of that season, our kids got through it, and that's basically what we did. We survived. I mean, we finished with a winning record, but we missed the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Go through that off season, the next summer rolls through, the next fall season starts, and we begin the season 0-6. Our team is facing more adversity. By week 4, we've got 13 players out with injuries. I just can't figure out how to fix all the problems that our team is facing. But we keep moving forward. All I knew how to do was just keep working. And as we keep working, eventually things do turn around. We win a few ball games, but it's still we're just not where we need to be. Something's just not quite there. Through that season, it's difficult. It's a grind. And winning and losing isn't everything, but it has a huge effect on your team, on your kids, on your coaches' families, because they spend so much time doing it. Throughout that season, Coach Terrell, the FCA rep, would come by and he would offer words of encouragement and listen to me complain and gripe and vent and helped me get through. And one day he mentioned FCA coaches timeout. He said, "Coach, we're going to put one on in January. We'd love to have you." And I said, "Well, Coach, we'll think about it." I had no idea what he was talking about and didn't really think about it again. Season ends, he comes back around and coach's timeout's coming up. So I said, "Sure. My wife and I will give it a try." I thought if nothing else, it'll give us a weekend to get away. When you're a high school AD and coach, you don't get many opportunities to get away. Little did I know the impact that CTO would have on the life of me and my family and my team. We go to CTO that January, and it truly was a revival for me, spiritually, physically, mentally. It was an awesome experience to see people that I hadn't seen in a long time, to make new friends, and to find out that the struggles that I was fighting on a day-to-day basis, that there were other people struggling with the exact same things, and to be reaffirmed that God had more grace and mercy than any of us could ever need. And He really rejuvenated my spirit at that time and helped me to remember why I coach. While we were there, we write 3 letters. You write a letter, and in that letter, you mail it to yourself. Well, I forgot I wrote the letter. And about 3 weeks ago, I got my letter and I opened it up and I started reading it, and it brought tears to my eyes because God began to work in me a couple of years ago, but He really began to work hard on me last spring. And while we were at CTO and I wrote that letter, there were some things that I laid out in that letter, because you write the letter to yourself, and it was about working on my relationship with God and working on my relationship with my family and with my son and with my team, and all of those things, where they are right now and where they were in the last 2 years is unbelievable. God has definitely had His hand in everything we do. Matthew, God tells us that, "Come to me, ye who are weak and heavy laden." And that's where we were when we went to CTO. We were burned out. We were tired. And God took those burdens from us. And He picked us up and He carried us going forward. And I'll be forever indebted to what FCA has done with the Coaches Timeout Ministry. And I strongly encourage any coach that has the opportunity to attend CTO. It can truly be a life and team changing experience.